Hello, my beautiful lovelies. It is so nice to have you here on my channel today. Welcome to Divine Divination. I'm Gabby and I will be your reader for today. So we have 5 piles that we are choosing from today, and I've actually already filmed these piles, but I had to redo the intro because I listed the number of these piles incorrectly, so I didn't want people to be confused, so I thought I'd just redo it. But okay, so we're gonna get into picking your pile. If you are new to Pick-a-Cards, then here's what I want you to do. So we have 5 piles to choose from. I'm gonna also give you a crystal in a minute to help you make your decision a little bit easier. But before we get to that point, we're just gonna take a nice deep breath and center ourselves. And while you're doing this, taking this deep breath, I want you to ask Spirit for clarity in your intuition, and that you feel peace and that you're able to clearly recognize the pile that is for you today, or piles if there are more than one. And then when you open your eyes, I want you to look at the pile, and whatever one is calling out to you first is probably your reading. If you're feeling drawn to more than one, check them out. There's probably multiple messages in there for you today. Real quick, a little disclaimer before we get full into it. These videos are here to bring you guidance and advice, but your own intuition is the most important and powerful thing. So please don't trust this tarot reading over your own intuition. This should confirm your intuition, and if it's not, then that's not the pile for you or not the reading today. So, okay, now that we got that cleared up, let's start. So with our first card, we have the Bear, and the Bear says surrender to truth. And there's also your oracle card underneath. I'm going to tell you guys the names. You have Puppet. And then for group 2, we have the Deer with open your heart to power. Okay, and that's create underneath that one. And now we have the Leopard with embrace your uniqueness, and the Solstice underneath that card. Then for our Beaver for pile 4, we have build with integrity, and you have the Earth underneath it. And then for pile 5, we have this lovely starfish with fine internal validation, and we have dream underneath that one. Okay, so if you like to pick with crystals, I'm going to add them right now. If you don't want to pick with crystals, go ahead and pick your pile, and I'll see you in your timestamps. Okay, so we've added your crystals. For group 1, the Bear, we have 2 crystals actually. We have this beautiful sodalite, and this is an agate. For pile 2, we have this cute little owl out of amethyst. For pile 3, we have this moon, and I think this is ocean jasper. For pile 4, we have this beautiful rose quartz heart. And for pile 5, we have this flower agate with this star. All right, so I'll give you another second. Go ahead and pick your piles, and I will see you at your timestamp down below. Thanks, guys. Hi, pile 1. You've chosen the Bear Spirit. And I love this card. I just love the imagery. All right, so what I'm feeling intuitively with the Bear card, if you chose this, I think that there is inner truths that you haven't accepted or surrendered yet. All right, I'm opening myself up to remote you. Sorry, remote you. Oh gosh. Okay, typically I can be kind of tongue-tied, but especially with this pile, like I'm struggling to get any words out, and typically I feel like those are cues for me that maybe that's what you guys are struggling with too. So with like the struggle to speak and the blue in this card, I'm thinking that your throat chakra is something that your spirit team is calling your attention to. It's an area that they want to open for you right now. I'm also feeling heaviness in my body, and I'm getting the sensation of brain fog. So those might be signifiers for you that this is the correct pile if you have been struggling with any of those symptoms. So the most important message I am hearing with this bear spirit is to speak your truth. I think the tongue-tied feeling, the pressure in the throat, I think you felt blocked for some time now in being able to truly communicate how you feel about certain situations, certain people. And I'm getting this feeling like you feel like you need to protect yourself, guard yourself. Okay, now I'm going to read for you what it says in this little guidebook for the Bear Spirit card, because these messages are just absolutely beautiful. Bear teaches you that now is the time to courageously open up and step into your truth. Bear medicine is the most powerful, grounding, and comforting ally to have when your life appears to be turning upside down. When you grow exhausted of the cycles of suffering, allow your true calling to emerge. It can feel cataclysmic and challenging. Allow Bear to be your ally as you move through this process. Envision yourself sitting in front of a bear with your back facing its belly. Allow your whole being to fully release into the bear's loving support as you lean into and place your back against its belly and chest. Let it go. Connect with your breath and heart. Tune into love that the bear has for you, and with bear support, become aware of ways that you can be more fully yourself in order to allow true fulfillment to emerge. Okay, so now I'm going to read for you what it says for your bear spirit. Bear teaches you that now is the time to courageously open up and step into your truth. Bear medicine is the most grounding, powerful, and comforting ally to have when your life appears to be turning upside down. When you grow exhausted of the cycles of suffering and allow your true calling to emerge, it can feel cataclysmic and challenging. Allow Bear to be your ally as you move through this process. Envision yourself sitting in front of a bear with your back facing its belly. Allow your whole being to fully release into Bear's loving support as you lean into and place your back against its belly and chest. Let it go. Connect with your breath and heart. Tune into love that Bear has for you. With Bear support, become aware of all the ways that you can be more fully yourself in order to allow your true fulfillment to emerge. Wow, that was beautiful. I'm going to ask Spirit, what are the blocks? What are the hindrances? Why are you struggling to speak your truth? That's what we're going to ask first. Let's see what we have here. The Star. Okay, we're talking about hope. Oh, all right. Okay. You're having trouble speaking your truth because this is something that's been in your heart for a really long time, like probably since you were a child. Like, oh, I'm getting emotional, I'm sorry. I'm a very emotional person, and I can tap into those energies very easily, so sometimes it's hard for me to stay grounded while I'm doing it. But what I was seeing with like the Star card is somebody at their window praying, wishing a dream that they had that they wanted to fulfill in their life. Maybe you wanted to be a singer, a dancer, a writer, whatever your dreams were. They were really big and you've had them in your heart since you were younger. But I think with the Two of Wands here, maybe, let me get a clarifier real quick, just to make sure this is what I'm thinking. Okay, yes. Okay, so we're starting to get a clearer image. So you have had this hope, this dream inside of your heart, something that you have been wishing on a star for. And now with the Two of Wands, you have lived your life in comfort and security in some ways, as if, not to say that your life has been crazy comfortable by any means, but I mean, it has been what you know. It has been safe because it's been what you have known. But now, you remembering this dream, because you're unsatisfied in your life right now. And why? It's because of these dreams, these hopes that you wanted to do with your life, and now you're at this point where you're like, what else is there that I could I go for that? Is that an option for me? But it's still kind of that like, wishing upon a star. Like, can I make this change? Can I go for this? But with the Knight of Wands clarifying it, this talks about like charismatic, passionate, exciting energy. So like what this potential of like following your dreams, what it holds for you is all of this excitement, everything that you're looking for, this being able to get out of this stagnant space that you have felt stuck in. But I think you already know that, and I think that is also part of what you're afraid of, because even though you know it has the potential to be this wonderful, amazing thing, it is safe inside of your mind. Because right now it's in like this little bubble, right? And it's your precious little vision and dream, and it is safe inside of the four walls of your mind. But if you try to actually go for it and it doesn't pan out, then what would happen to your dream? Would you still have that dream anymore? Like, that's the fear. Okay. Okay, now we're going to ask Spirit what you need to help overcome this energy, or to get you out of this fear state. Because I think whatever it is that you want to do with your life, it might involve you having to upset a few people. Like with this bear image, I'm seeing gentle bear. So like maybe you've been a gentle giant in your life, you haven't rocked the boat. But whatever this is that you want to do threatens that security. It threatens what you used to call safe. And that's why it's so scary to speak your truth. Okay, so if up until this point, if you haven't felt that this is resonating, then this is probably not your pile for you. If you have felt that this is like hitting it spot on, then you're in the right place. And hang on, we're going to get some answers here. Spirit, how can they move out of this energy? How can they release this fear? What do they need to release this fear? Seven of Swords in reverse. Okay. Imposter syndrome! You don't believe you're good enough. Point blank. You don't believe that you're worthy of it. And, well, there's a message I'm feeling very strongly right now to tell you, which is, it starts with your belief. It starts with believing that you are worthy of it. Because if you don't believe that you are worthy of it, you're not going to take actions towards where you want to go. Our actions they stem from a place of belief. And sometimes when we're wondering why our actions aren't lining up with, our dreams and desires, we have to take a step back and look at our beliefs. Like, what do I believe about myself? Do I actually believe that this is possible for me? Or do I think that this is just going to be, what is that term? Castles in the clouds. Is that what this is going to be? Or am I going to be able to bring it into fruition, So the message I am hearing so strongly right now is you are not an imposter. This dream was placed in your heart for a reason. And if this is the message, if this is the video that you needed right now to know that this dream was put in your heart for a really good reason, it wasn't a mistake. It wasn't an accident. It was a gift. And maybe even a gift that you specifically chose. Like, this could have been part of your soul purpose of why you came here, and so is the process of overcoming it. And not like overcoming it, but overcoming your struggles to finally get to that place. Okay, let's get another card. We have King of Wands in reverse. King of Wands in reverse. I'm hearing that you're worried about your blind spots. So that might be a specific message for some of you out there. Or maybe some of the shortcomings that you're already aware that you have. Like maybe sometimes you find it harder to, maybe sometimes you struggle with slightly explosive emotions when you can get really, I feel you're a very passionate person, but sometimes the temperance of that. So maybe, if what you want to go into, what I'm saying is maybe some of the more impulsive shortcomings you tend to struggle with. And those are a fear for you going forward. If maybe you're going to be in the public eye and you're worried about getting canceled or whatever it could be. Okay, so I'm hearing that may be for some of you, or another scenario, this is what you feel like an imposter about. The King of Wands upright is a natural born leader. So you could potentially feel like the imposter syndrome you're struggling with is feeling like you're not capable of being a good leader. But I'm hearing that you have the tools needed to be able to be very successful at this, and the rest of them that you need will be added to you as you start on this process. I'm also hearing, baby, you were born to sparkle. I don't know why I'm hearing that. Also, you are a star, so shine, baby, shine. I don't know why those two things are coming in my brain, but that's what they're saying. So listen up, because your spirit team thinks you're pretty awesome. They're saying if you could only see yourself the way that they see you. Sorry, kitty girl is crying, so give me just 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. Let's get some of your message cards. Every day is a chance to be better. Thank you for being there for me. Keep up the good work. You were meant for great things. So that's your spirit team telling you that you're doing an amazing job and they are proud of you. And with this one, I'm feeling that somebody is grateful and thankful for you in your life. Somebody who is living that you make a big impact on. That they are grateful for you. Every day is a chance to be better. Every day is a new opportunity. It's a clean slate. It's a brand new chance for change. If I want to feel supported, I must support myself. Yes, so self-love. That's what they're saying you need. To restore your confidence, you need a confidence boost. And before you try to show up for other people, they want you to show up for yourself. They want you to see yourself as worthy of as much attention and love that you give other people. They want you to see that you deserve that for yourself. And if you don't have people in your life right now who are pouring into you on the daily, you need to start pouring into yourself on the daily. And that means like finding affirmations, listening to podcasts. It could be tarot reading for you. It could be yoga. It could be being outside in nature. Whatever makes you feel close to God, as they would say. Like that God-like feeling. Whatever brings you closest to that. Aligning yourself with that energy on a daily basis is a really important practice, and it's going to help you feel empowered in ways that, it'll blow your mind. I speak with confidence because the world needs my light. These were all pre-shuffled before, so that's pretty cool with the bear and surrendering to your truth and speaking your truth, that this card also came out. So you can speak with confidence because the world needs your light. When you remember that what you have inside is so powerful. Love is stronger than fear, and that's what is inside of you. That is what light is composed of. And when you ground yourself in love, fear has to diminish. So when you're feeling fearful, when you are feeling like there's something burning on your heart, you need to speak your truth in a certain situation. I'm also hearing that there could be family situations where you are, at Christmas or at a birthday or whatever the situation is, and you're feeling that pressure. They're talking about those things again, and do I stay silent and not say anything? Do I let them think that I agree with this, you know? But you feel that burning in your chest to speak, but that fear, when you remind yourself, love is stronger than fear, and you start to call up that feeling of love, literally call on the power of love into your being. It is powerful. One of the most powerful things you can do. I'm telling you, if you haven't tried it, try it. It'll change your life. But do that, and it'll empower you to be able to speak your truth in those moments, because like I said, fear cannot exist in the presence of love. And the more that you can bring up that feeling inside of yourself, the more you can surround yourself with that, the less fear has a chance. So yeah, that is what I'm hearing. We're going to get into your last message before we do your charms. We have puppet. All right, let's read what the puppet says. Okay, so I'm feeling with the puppet card that you have felt like you've basically been a puppet on strings for a lot of your life. You've had a lot of people telling you how to believe, how to think, how to speak, how to act. And I think this card is signifying, like, especially with this puppet in the middle, like being done, over it, fed up, so incredibly ready to let this lie. It has served its purpose and it is no longer beneficial. Maybe it never was beneficial other than a learning experience, and now you are ready to cut the strings and fly. You want to feel what freedom feels like again. You don't want to be controlled by somebody else, like a strong feeling of control, and maybe that's why you feel like you've needed to protect yourself so much from those energies. But I feel that's really coming for you is like when you are able to fully embody this energy of knowing your worth, knowing your value, knowing that other people's opinions don't matter in light of your truth. We are all learning, our truth is all developing, but your gut instincts, what is truth to you matters, and nobody gets to tell you what is or isn't your truth. They can try, and you know what? They can have their truths, but it doesn't have to be your truth. And that's okay. As my grandma would say, my sweet grandma, it takes all different kinds of people to make a world. So it's okay to be different. It's okay to cut those strings. It's okay to fly. All right, I'm just going to get you a couple charms to close out your reading. Okay, so here's the part where if you're wearing headphones, turn the volume down because this might get loud. Come on, Spirit. What you got for pile one? Oh, I love that one. First time that one's come out for me. Okay, let's take a look at what we got here. Okay, so this is a teeny little medicine med binder. This is a reminder that your spirit team is saying your body might need more vitamins. How is your nutrition right now? If you're feeling that heaviness that I talked about in the beginning, maybe you're feeling that way because you're a little bit iron deficient, or your diet needs a little bit of a revamp is what this is talking about. Also with the cheeseburger coming out in the middle, this to me reminds me of, I actually got this charm at Valley Fair and it came on a necklace. But basically this charm is kind of talking about indulgence. So maybe one of the reasons why this medicine little charm is out is because it's a reminder to balance the kind of food that you eat with how it makes you feel. food, making sure that you're eating foods that taste good is important and that make you excited, and having the freedom in your food is important. I think, oh boy. Okay, sorry. I was just getting flooded with some messages. I'm seeing some things now. I think because of the constriction that you have felt in your life, trigger warning, fast forward 30 seconds. Okay, if you've had an eating disorder in your life, or that's kind of an energy I'm feeling here, is like maybe binging or just turning to food as a comfort, as your escape from the lack of control that you felt growing up in your life. But because of that, maybe your body is not feeling so good. That heaviness, that exhaustion, feeling sleepy all the time, is really coming from a place of not giving your body what it needs. So they're asking you to change how you view your relationship with food. And that can be a really difficult, challenging thing. If you are struggling with that, please reach out to me in the comments down below. I had an eating disorder for about 7 years of my life, and I do have some resources that can help you if that is something you're struggling with. I understand, I get it, I'm here for you. It's okay. There's absolutely no shame in that. None at all. There's a reason why we struggle with control in certain areas. It's because of the repression that we have felt that causes that. It is a real thing and you are valid. And your spirit team is not being like, you need to change your food. They're like, hey, we see how crappy you're feeling and we love you and we want your body to thrive. And I'm hearing they want to help you find foods that taste super good and are super good for you. And maybe you're gonna fall in love with cooking, because this charm fell out right in the middle. Ooh, maybe for some of you this big dream that you have has to do with cooking too. That's cool. And this charm fell out right on top of it, which says, dreams don't work unless you do. Oh my goodness, and it was right on the cheeseburger. So yeah, for some of you, you might maybe want to be a cook or a chef or something like that. But yeah, reminding yourself that they will stay castles in the sky until you believe that you have the power to actually manifest them, and then you'll start taking action towards those dreams. You have, if you can dream it, you can do it. Wow, another one about dreaming. A lot about dreaming. You might also find some messages in pile 5 if you were drawn to that. If not, then probably not. But so yeah, if you were able to imagine it that clearly in your brain, because this is something you've probably thought about a lot, I'm telling you right now, you are totally 100% capable of accomplishing this. Keep calm and play on. Yep. Okay, now let's see what else am I seeing. We have the arrow over the no. And I'm not getting a lot of specific messages with this one, and sometimes Spirit will tell me to just leave things to your guys' interpretation, or to the reader's interpretation, and that's kind of what I'm feeling with that one. So whatever you feel the arrow over no might mean for you, if you don't feel anything towards it, because this is something you probably know right away what that means, like an arrowhead, or just, you'll know. You will know. No to a certain direction, a no to whatever, it's, you got it. Okay. And with this one, this is one of my favorites. With this owl charm, I had this necklace growing up that had this owl pendant on it, and I love that necklace, and I wore it to deck. It broke like 4 times, and I had to fix it with like random pieces of wire that I found. But when I first got this charm and I saw it, I was reminded of my past. Like, I kind of went on this like Zoom trip back through my past. And so now whenever I see this charm, it is like showing me, it's looking back at my life in a snapshot, like the whole thing or snippets of it, very quickly, a lot of information, connecting a lot of pieces of the puzzle. Kind of like when you have those moments where maybe you have like, I call them childhood trauma moments, where you remember something that happened to you in trauma or in your childhood that was very traumatic, that maybe you didn't allow yourself to believe was a core traumatic memory for you, but yet it's still come up multiple times. Yeah, that's because it was a core traumatic memory. And that's just that imposter syndrome saying like, no, that wasn't that traumatic. Yes, it was. If it keeps coming back in your brain that many times, it was traumatic. So somebody needs to hear that out there. It's okay. But it's talking about healing those moments. So I feel for you in July, potentially, there's going to be a lot of healing coming in. There might be some flashbacks, but it's going to be connecting pieces of the puzzle for you where your power was lost in certain places of your childhood, where that was stolen from you. And you're going to see how you can reclaim them by healing those moments in time. So, okay, thank you so much, Pile 1. That was intense and one of the coolest readings I have done so far. Thank you so much for being here. Please check out my channel next time, and as always, be blessed. I love you guys. Thank you. Have a great day. Here, let's get into your reading. So you have chosen the Deer Spirit with Open Your Heart to Power. And right away when I started to tap into this energy, I saw kind of a depiction of the Fool card, like somebody on the edge of a precipice. Like you're right at the edge of that cliff and you're about to fly. But I also see hesitation and fear that you might fall. But I'm feeling this deep yearning for something more. I feel like this cliff that you're about to jump off of is like jumping into understanding love in a different way. Like maybe you've had a little bit of a jaded perspective of love from your past experiences, and through current events you've started to realize that maybe there was more. I think maybe you've had some experiences of toxic love in your life. People who told you that they loved you, but in reality their actions did not match up with what love really looks like, and that has left you confused with how you view love. Okay, that's what I am picking up on energetically. Now I'm going to read the Deer Invoice card for you. Deer is the powerful totem for everything related to the heart and unconditional love. Excuse me. Deer medicine offers a dose of love, compassion, and healing. When you work with this animal, it can be a many-year voyage to open yourself up to the experience of true love from others. You must experience unconditional love for yourself. Everything that happens in your external life is a reflection of the wholeness, love, respect, and honor you hold for yourself. Call upon Deer to activate heart medicine for you. With Deer by your side, take a moment to pause, close your eyes, and send every part of yourself unconditional love. This is like a little invocation that you can read to activate the Deer medicine. Powerful Deer, thank you for being my ally. Teach me the path of the open and whole heart. I invite in any heart healing messages or medicine that you have for me. I am ready to be fully connected to the intellectual and intuition of my heart. Wow, that's so cool. Okay, now we're going to get into the tarot and see what messages come through pertaining to opening your heart space. Okay, we have Death in reverse. We have the Moon in reverse. and the Queen of Wands in reverse. Interesting. Okay, you have learned not to trust your intuition in matters of the heart. Yeah. Okay, before I say a lot more, I'm going to pull a couple more cards to get some clarification. Can I get a clarification for the Death card, please? 5 of Wands. Okay, clarification for the Moon in reverse. Queen of Wands in reverse. Interesting, with the Queen of Wands right here in reverse as well. And the Ten of Swords. Yeah. Ooh, okay. You're afraid of your power. Okay, so I'm getting multiple messages right now, so I'm gonna try my best to organize all of these in my brain. So we have the Death card in reverse, which the Death card in reverse talks about clinging to the past. Sometimes it can refer to fear of change, or can kind of signify like the end of hope or feeling hopeless, mourning, grief, fear of change, of shifting away from something that could potentially bring you a new start. But in order for that new life, new energy, rebirth to happen, something has to die. And the thing that has to die in order for you to start reclaiming your power, seeing your power for what it truly is this 10 of Wands mentality. 10 of Wands says, I have to do everything by myself. I have to pull myself up by my bootstraps. Like, imagine the queen from Snow White when she was trying to take down Snow White. She tried multiple, in the original story, she tried 3 attempts to get to Snow White. She had to do everything on herself. She couldn't rely on anybody else to try to fulfill this mission that she had. That's kind of the energy. Just to clarify, I am not calling you the evil queen. That is not what I am saying at all in any way. I'm just saying that energy of trying to do everything by yourself because you feel like there's nobody that you can rely on. Okay, so for you to start claiming your power back, you have to ask the question, what am I prioritizing and why am I prioritizing it? It feels like everything is going to fall apart if I don't do everything. But what is doing everything actually doing for you? How are you feeling? Do you feel drained? Do you have any life force energy in you? Or do you feel sad and depressed and drained of love? And like, your love is your personal power. So if you're not feeling the abundance of love in your heart, then you're feeling drained. Love is life force. This energy is burdened, really weighed down. You have the moon in reverse here, which means that you don't feel in touch with your intuition, or you don't think that you don't trust it. Maybe sometimes you have moments where you do trust your intuition, but then it's like something comes along again to make you feel like, nah, it's probably all just in my head. Because the Queen of Wands upright is like in her power, in her element, and when it's reversed, it's signifying that you don't feel in control of your life, your power, your destiny. You feel like things are happening to you, not for you. I think part of this message for you today, if you've really been struggling with intuition, one thing I will tell you is that anxiety screams while intuition whispers. So if you are in a state of extreme anxiety, don't make decisions out of that place. If you're feeling anxious, like for example, when you're picking a tarot pile, what voice is telling you which pile? Do you feel this pressure like, oh no, maybe it's this one, maybe it's that one, I don't know, like, or is it like, you know what, I saw pile 2 right away in my mind's eye, so I'm just gonna pick that and see what happens. Like, what kind of energy do you feel when you're making decisions? Because with this, I'm getting a lot of second guessing, a lot of constantly questioning what is real and what is not real, what is an illusion. Maybe there's been a lot of things in your life that you thought were real, like, you know, maybe the way love was shown to you as a child. And you've had so many structures that you believed in fall apart. I'm sorry, my cats are being crazy right now and they're knocking the Christmas bulbs all around the room. So I have to keep pausing your video so you don't hear the Christmas bulbs. So I'm hearing what this dear spirit wants to alchemize for you, which all the spirits in nature, they are all just representations of different energies for us that we can learn from. Everything around us is a learning experience. It's just how we choose to see it, and how we choose to look at things, because there's a lot more meaning in things than we realize. I think the next phase that your spirit team is trying to move you into is one where you believe in yourself, where you feel empowered again. With this 10 of Swords energy underneath the Queen of Wands in reverse again, you are sick and fucking tired, excuse my language, of not being in your power. You are sick of feeling drained. You are sick of feeling tired. You are sick of feeling hopeless. But there's also like this immense fear of, if I believe in myself, if I reclaim my power, is it just going to be taken from me again? And that's what's like really holding you right now captive, is this immense fear of, if I shift my belief about myself, will other people take it away from me again? And the message I'm hearing for you today is that they can only take it away from you if you let them. But I know that is way easier said than done. But I think these jaded people have taken a lot from you. The way that they have shown and interpreted love to you, they have taken a lot from you. They have taken your ability to trust your intuition, to believe in yourself, to fly. And another message I'm hearing right now is something about healing. In order for you to move out of this energy, to grow new wings, you have to remove the stubs of the old ones that people cut off from you. Because when you're still holding on to that pain, you can't grow the new wings that you need. You have to release that, not for them, not because they deserve it, but because you deserve it. You deserve not to carry that pain anymore, because that pain is keeping you stuck. That pain is keeping you in a place of disempowerment. It's time to remove that. How free would you be if you believed in yourself? How light would your heart feel? You are worthy of believing in yourself. You are worthy of trusting your intuition. Okay, spirit teams for pile 2. Come through. What do you want to tell them in this moment about their personal power and how to reclaim this energy? Make your life a masterpiece. You are a superstar. Life is a donut. Eat more donuts. You are something magical. Okay, so what I'm getting with these cards, your life, make your life a masterpiece. This is reminding you that it's not too late, even if you feel it's too late to pursue your dreams, to jump into what makes you happy. Something I'm hearing for you guys is take the focus off of others and put it on yourself. all that energy, all that time that you have spent pouring into other people, and you're feeling so drained because you're not having people pouring into you. Your cup is not being filled. We have no cups here. And that tells me that there's no love coming back to you where you feel fulfilled. Or if there is, there's very little, maybe just a few select people who you actually feel that from. And that is part of the problem. So you cannot continuously pour from an empty cup. You have to be willing to take a step back and say, you know what? Yeah, the laundry needs to get done. The dishes need to get done. But right now, in this moment, I can't do the dishes another time, or I can't do the laundry another time when I'm feeling this empty. What do I want to do? What would make me excited? What would make me happy? And when you have, like, if you have children, which I'm feeling for this pile, there might be more of you guys that have children. That's a really hard balance. It's really hard to find your power when you are constantly pouring out to these little humans in your life that depend on you so greatly. It is so hard to find time to carve out for yourself. But it's asking you to reevaluate that free time that you do have. So when the kids are at school, when they're gone, whenever those moments are where you feel this immense need to do something practical. What does your heart need? Because your heart doesn't need practicality in that moment. What does your inner child need in that moment? Because it might be different from what your adult brain is telling you need to do to function in this world. But something I'm here to tell you right now is that when you take time to prioritize yourself, everything else in your life somehow flows together. It's like you can have the same amount of, it's like this jar. This is my divination jar. And if I were to put a whole bunch of golf balls and like a big softball in here, it would all depend on what order I put it in on how much I could fit in here. For instance, if I poured sand up until the about halfway and then I tried to fit all the balls in, they wouldn't fit. But if I put the balls in and then I let the sand come in and fill in all the cracks, everything would fit. So if you think of the sand as the love and those golf balls as the priorities, the things that you need to get done, when you prioritize getting those things done above yourself, you end up not having room for yourself. But somehow when you take time for yourself, everything else is able to fit in there better because you actually have energy to go do the laundry. You have energy to go do the dishes or to go take care of those other things that you need to take care of because you're feeling excited, you're feeling rejuvenated, you're feeling like you have life on tap. And when you feel that way, it's a lot easier to flow through life and get the practical things done when you're not so bogged down with all this heaviness and feeling so drained. When I see the life is a donut card, eat more donuts, that tells me that what have you been denying yourself food-wise recently? There's a balance with eating healthy and not treating yourself enough. Yes, it is very important to eat healthy and fuel your body with things that make you feel alive, but there's also a healthy balance of not restricting too much to the point where it takes out all the joy in your life. So if you've been like on a new diet or something with this new year, this is a reminder for you that eating things that bring you pleasure is okay too, and life is about moderation, temperance, and balance. And if you're on one end of the extreme, you're never going to be happy. So that's just a message for some of you. If you are, you've been a little bit more restrictive with your food and you're struggling with that right now, and you need someone to tell you that it's okay to eat that cookie, eat that cookie. It is not going to kill you. You are worth eating that cookie, especially if it brings you joy. You are a superstar. And I'm seeing with these two puzzle pieces right here that it's very important for you to meet the needs of others. That is something that you feel very strongly, is like fitting yourself into the situation, like molding yourself to what other people need you to be. But you're a superstar, you're individual, you are special on your own. You don't have to change yourself to fit into any molds anymore, because that's what's kept you feeling so disempowered. You are something magical. I don't talk a whole lot about zodiac signs and other things like that, but I will say, I heard Pisces. So for some of you, you could be a Pisces rising, or have that in your chart. Or you could not, but that's just, I was hearing that, and when I feel like I'm supposed to mention those, that just could be confirmation for somebody out there who was listening to this pile and like, is this for me? And they happen to be a Pisces, and that's just the little confirmation they needed. But if you're not, don't get stressed about it, because if you're here and these messages are resonating with your heart, then it's for you. I make decisions from a place of intuition and power. Guys, I pre-shuffled all of your cards and I haven't read them. So this is so cool, because so far it's been like so accurate with the first pile too. But I make decisions from a place of intuition and power. Your spirit guides are helping you trust yourself again. Like, they want to rebuild the connection you have with yourself. Change the way that you interact, the way that you fill yourself up, the way that you love yourself, the way that you listen to yourself. And your intuition is going to become so crystal clear, and you're not going to doubt anymore. I dash out compliments sincerely and liberally. I'm feeling this card from that place of like giving and pouring out to everybody else. Maybe it's been harder for you lately to give out compliments to other people because you have been feeling so drained. Or in reverse, maybe you're somebody who constantly is giving out compliments to other people, hoping to receive some of that love in return. But what they're saying is that you're going to feel so entirely and completely satisfied from the love that you're tapping into on a daily basis, that you're going to be able to dish out compliments to other people so sincerely and so effortlessly, because that love is just going to be flowing out of you. And now we're going to get into your oracle card. We have Create. Okay, I've got to grab the book, but I just have to get this little kitty off of my desk. I love having them in the room with me so much, but they are so obnoxious. It's like every 5 seconds they're like climbing on the tapestries, or hitting the balls, or crying, or just whatever. Oh goodness, I hope it entertains you guys though, because it is kind of funny and sometimes you just have to laugh. Okay, all right. So, there are many ways to create, whether we paint, write, play music, craft a blanket, or nurture life. We are all creators. We take of ourselves and build the world around us, with our minds, bodies, and spirits. Be careful not to fall into the trap of perfection, or the idea that you need to create everything, or need to create anything less than a masterpiece. Wow. It is the whole of our work, the collective experience of creation, that we should revel in. Whew, okay, so we're talking about perfectionism. Okay, I got a few things to say about that, because Queen of Perfectionism over here, I have let myself stay stuck in so many areas of my life because of my trauma, telling me that unless I put out something that is 110%, unless it is the absolute best that I can do, it is not worthy. And that's from a mindset I had in my childhood trauma that was placed on me, that was nothing was good enough unless it was the best. And sometimes my best still wasn't good enough. But you know what? When you're in that state, it just makes you fearful to create, and it sucks all the joy out of creating something. So whatever you are trying to create for yourself, build for yourself, remember that it is perfect the way it is. Perfection doesn't exist. Everything is perfect. Therefore, the idea of meeting a certain standard for something to be acceptable is not real. That is something, a man-made construction that people have tried to put on you that has taken the joy away from creating, away from living, away from being. So when you're in this process of starting to reconnect with your heart, with yourself, with what, like, ask yourself where your passion lies, what would fill you up, what would make you excited, what would bring you life, and then just sit in that space of stillness and invite love in to guide you and show you the way. And once you're in that space, ask yourself, what do I want to create? What kind of a life do I want to live? What would make me feel joy, regardless of this standard that I have in my head of having to meet these certain expectations of perfection? What would actually make me feel alive? Because that's what I'm getting with this create card. It's like wanting to bring something to life. But you have to release this fear and these expectations of perfectionism in order to do that. So, okay. That's what I'm getting for you guys. Cookie Zena. Hold on. All right, pile two. Before I finish out your reading, I'm going to give you guys some charms, and I'm going to do something slightly different with each pile because why not? We are going to do the pendulum. Okay, so I'm going to ask a couple questions here. Let me just tap into what I'm feeling we're going to ask. Okay, I'm going to ask, can I get some letters? Okay, we have R, S, T, E, I don't know if I said F already. Okay, C, I believe, or D. Okay, and we're getting, for zodiac signs, we have, oh, what is March? Okay, Aries for a sign. Can I get more zodiac signs, please? Okay, what is, we got September, so we got Virgo. Where else? We got August, and August is, sorry, cat on the table. Oh, just being so cuddly today. Oh, just being so cuddly. He's climbing on my back right now. Okay, so Libra, Virgo, Aries, and Taurus. Those are the main signs, and we had Pisces. I don't know why I felt like I was supposed to do more zodiac stuff with you guys, so maybe there's more people who are heavily into that in this group, which is awesome. Now I'm just going to get you guys a couple charms. If you're wearing headphones, turn it down. Okay. What do we have here? Don't wait for opportunity, create it. Yeah, with that I'm hearing, don't wait for the timing to be perfect before you decide to start living your life for you. Beautiful minds inspire others. So the things that you have that are brewing in your heart, other people need to hear it. What you want to do with your life is important. You will inspire other people. Ooh, okay. So we have the bird here, and whenever the bird is reversed, ooh, and the angel. Shit. Okay. So you are heavily protected right now. You have a lot of spirit teams, guides. I'm also hearing that there's some specific like people who have come in on your team on the other side for you for this specific purpose in your life, for this transformation that you're going to. You have the lock and the key, which is so, oh my God. So when you have the lock and the key and that's in the center, that's what's happening right now. You're unlocking this. Like you have the two pieces right now, and it's just starting to like turn that key. Like you're getting the answers that you need. You are discovering how to alchemize things for yourself. And what is it going to look like when you open that door? What is your life going to look like? And maybe you have both of these here because you have realized, wait, I wonder. Is this? Yeah. So the key was technically reversed, which to me, that means that you've realized this might be your answer for a while, that you needed to go down this like this hardcore self-love journey where you prioritize you and loving yourself more than anything else. But maybe you've been avoiding it because what if everything falls apart? What will this look like? What if I crash and burn? But it's like, you are so supported right here. Like you have two, when I see the angel or the bird, it means to me that you are protected. And this one says, angels are watching over me. When I see this charm, I think of a grandmother's spirit. You have the dog on the outside here. So animals, you might have animals or pets. They're supporting you in this time as well. And then you have this beautiful leaf. And this is one that I am not feeling a whole lot for other than turning over a new leaf, a new chapter. This leaf might have more meaning to you. Sometimes for a few specific charms, I'll feel that I'm kind of supposed to leave it to your interpretation, what you're seeing from it intuitively. Because your intuition matters, and what it's telling you these charms mean is more important than what I'm telling you these charms mean. Everything in this reading, I want you to take it with your intuition. What seeps into your heart? What sounds like truth to you? And if it's not sounding like truth, if it's not resonating with you, then you need to leave it at the door and only allow in what is bringing you life and encouragement and support. Thank you, beautiful souls, for being here. I am so blessed to have tapped into this energy today with you. I am so grateful. I would love to hear down below in the comments how this reading resonated with you. I'm a new channel, and hearing your guys' feedback is incredibly vital and important for me to learn as well. And I'm grateful for that energy that you give to me in return. So thank you so much. I wish you guys so much love on this new chapter, and I'm really excited for you. Okay. Bye, Pile 2. Hi, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen the Leopard Spirit with Embrace Your Uniqueness. Ooh, okay. I am hearing Leo, so that might be confirmation for some of you out there. But let me take a minute to just tap into this energy. Okay, I'm feeling power with this pile. I'm also feeling some sensual energy. I think we are going to start and we're going to read your card. With the other piles, I was getting a little bit more intuitively right away. With this one, I'm kind of feeling like I'm just supposed to read the leper invoice for you guys, and then we'll get into the tarot and see what unravels from there. Okay, so Leopard calls on you to unlock your unique personal medicine. Leper reminds you to fully embody your true self, showing your unique spots with humility, honor, and grace. Are you hiding your soul's truth? What gifts, talents, and abilities have you been keeping from the world? Call upon Leopard to assist you in building the confidence. Sorry, the cats. In building the confidence that lives within and release self-judgment so that you can share the medicine you are meant to share. Leopards are also represent leadership, and leopard medicine can help you step into your power with heart, not ego. Sacred Leper, I am ready to understand my divine power and lead from a place of humility, grace, and heart. I invite you to work with me so that I can share my truth with the world. Okay. I think we're understanding a little bit more of this energy now. But I'm still going to pull some tarot just to get some confirmation before I say this. Okay. Knight of Wands in reverse. Queen of Swords in reverse. Okay. Seven of Wands. Ten of Swords. Seven of Cups. Five of Coins. Okay. All right. Okay, pile 3. You are fierce. You are fierce like the freaking leopard. And like this energy, when I said power, there is a freak ton of power in this pile. But I also feel like because maybe you have a lot of energies inside of you, right? And you have this like leopard-like enthusiasm and speed and charisma inside of you. You want to charge for things like fully 110%. When you have something that you are passionate, that you are excited about, you want to pursue it with all your heart. But what the Knight of Wands talks about in reverse is sometimes being a little overly ambitious, or with all of these emotions that you have, sometimes having explosive reactions to things. And with the Seven of Wands underneath it, it's talking about the new cycle that they want to bring in for you right now is grounding. I'm feeling for a lot of you guys, you might be fire signs in this pile or have more fire in your chart. But I think something that you struggle with is when you get really passionate about something, it is really hard for you to, when you see something that looks unjust, you want to speak truth into that situation. For instance, an example I'm hearing in my mind is maybe, let's say, in a relationship, in a partnership, there's somebody in your life who, to be frank, they might be wrong on a lot of their thought patterns, on a lot of their beliefs, and you might be able to see how disempowered these people are because of their limiting beliefs, and you just want to come in and be like, yo, but like, there's a different way to do this. And like, if you would just like change these areas, like everything wouldn't be this way. And like that truth telling, wanting to bring in correctness. But a message I'm hearing for you today is that sometimes people need to discover those things on their own for it to be meaningful to them. And you do play an important role, but your role is simply to lead by example. So I do get, like, from this pile, there is strong leadership energy here. But I think your spirit team is wanting to bring in temperance. They're wanting to balance some of these energies for you, to alchemize. Because the best leaders don't lead by taking the bull by the horns and charging forward. They lead by example, and they let people come to their own conclusions because it is more powerful for them that way. But I want to say I understand how frustrating this is, because I have been in this situation in myself. It's really hard to see other people stuck in certain situations where you feel like you can so easily see the outcome for them, and you just want to come in and you want to help, you want to bring clarity, you want to take people out of these mindsets, but then you feel a lot of resistance from people, and that leaves you kind of in the Ten of Swords energy. Like, you were trying to speak your truth, you were trying to bring power and encouragement, but then ultimately you just feel kind of stabbed in the back, and like, you know, why aren't people listening to me? What I have to say is important too. I feel like I've learned things or grown in myself, so why aren't people seeing this? Why aren't they taking my advice when I offer it? Truth does need to be revealed, but that doesn't mean that you have to be the person to do it. And I think maybe part of your soul calling is to bring truth, is to bring light to people. But because of this strong calling and this sense of justice that you feel in your heart, sometimes it makes it really challenging to phrase things in a way that people are also receptive to the messages that you're sharing. I also wanted to say, if you've made it this far into the reading and this does not feel like your energy at all, then don't stress yourself out. This is probably not the pile for you. I just felt like I was supposed to say that with this pile, so I honestly feel like this is a more specific pile, and the messages that are coming through, there might be fewer people who picked the leopard pile than the rest of them. So I think something that might be really helpful for you, pile 3, is to be able to, when you're feeling pressured to speak truth because some situation, I'm feeling this might be trauma related, something in your past has made you feel like you need to assert yourself into certain situations, that truth needs to be told. So maybe you had a parent or a guardian who was very corrective all the time with what is right, what is wrong, very black and white thinking. I think you've been trapped in this black and white thinking, and now something that your spirit team is wanting to bring in for you is to take the pressure off of yourself from having to be the guide for all these other people. It's okay to just focus on you, and to that stress that you feel is from childhood trauma. That needing to control is from childhood trauma, and it's actually bringing you a lot of stress, because when people aren't receptive to what you have to say, you feel disempowered. Oh, there goes the Christmas tree ball. So what would it look like for you if you were to just embrace your uniquenesses? What would it look like to take the focus off of these situations that are stressing you out, and to focus on bringing balance into your own heart, into your own chakras? I'm also hearing like the sacral chakra is something that your spirit guides are wanting to bring grounding into. This is very much like go, 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 fiery kind of energy. And that passion that you have is beautiful, it's wonderful, it is important. But what your spirit team wants you to do for right now is to just take the focus off of that pressure that you feel to communicate with others, and to just communicate with yourself. To get in that space of wholeness with yourself, where you're not feeling like you need to be the truth bringer in certain circumstances, that you can release that to the universe, knowing that they will bring in that guidance for the people when they need it. And that you just being you, embracing your unique and individual path, is exactly where you need to be. You have the 7 of Cups clarified by the 5 of Coins. Or wait, is this the 5 of Coins? 1, 2, 3, Oh, never mind. We got the 6 of coins. So you have the 7 of cups clarified by the 6 of coins. Okay, so what I'm seeing with the 7 of cups, typically the 7 of cups talks about choices or feeling like stuck, like you have all these options, but I'm actually seeing something slightly different with this octopus card. It's like he's juggling all of these different animals and pieces at the same time. But this poor octopus, he's like so stressed trying to hold all of these things together because he feels the weight. Oh, that's what it is. You feel the responsibility for other people's actions. That's where this comes from for you. Like, where you're feeling like you need to tell the truth, speak correctness into situations. That's where it's coming from for you. I think the example of a leader that you were shown was exactly kind of this octopus card. Somebody who is juggling all of these different pieces, all of these different options. Somebody who is constantly giving but not receiving. And I think that's something that like your spirit team is wanting to reframe for you, is as much as you bring in that advice and that clarity for others, how much are you receiving it yourself? So again, really take the focus off of all of these other people and their pressing, urgent problems, and take that focus and really pour it into yourself and your uniqueness. Let this trauma, I feel like it served its purpose. And now is the time where you're going to be able to get freedom from this. So you're not in this state of feeling so pained by other people not seeing what you have to say as important, because it is important. They just might not be ready to hear it yet, and that's not your problem. That's not your fault. It's just learning when people are open and receptive to what you have to bring to them, and when it's something that they need to discover on their own, and that's okay. That is perfectly okay. All right, let's get some other cards for you. You are amazing and strong and brave and wonderful. Yes, you are. You are on fire. Interesting with that fire sign. Like, yeah, you definitely have important things to say. It's just learning how to temper the messages that you have. Truth needs to be spoken either way, but there is a way to say things in love that opens people's hearts in a more effective way. And I think that's what your spirit team is trying to alchemize. They're trying to show you how to communicate those messages in a way that the doors are open for you. And when the messages don't need to be communicated, and it's okay that you can see those things, that you can see where the healing needs to happen, but it's not your responsibility to take it on yourself. Your hard work has really paid off. Congrats. Yeah, I feel like you've probably been working hard at this for a while, and you're doing great. You are doing amazing. You totally rock. Hell yeah, you do. Your strength inspires me. Yes, this powerful resilience to keep getting up when you felt knocked down from other people, that's a really hard energy to get out of. So the fact that you have kept trying is incredibly impressive. Thank you for being awesome. I can find peace in every breath. Yeah, when you're starting to feel that overwhelm, that panic of controlling the narrative, just remember that you can find peace in every breath. When you start to see those situations where you're like, ooh, I know what this needs, but like it's so hard for me to restrain, like bringing this in for somebody right now, bringing this hope, what I feel is like a hopeful message in, or bringing this truth in. I feel this urgency to do it. I need to take a breath inside of myself and ask, is this what is most beneficial for me from my spirit team? And what I'm hearing is maybe you should ask your body. So use your body as a live pendulum. Ask yourself a yes or no question. So is my name blah, blah, blah. And then does your body lean forward or lean backwards? That's going to be your yes or your no. And then you can use that as kind of like your pendulum. So when you're in that state where you're like, ooh, is this a time where I'm supposed to share this, or is this not right now? If it's not that time, then ask your body And your body will tell you through the movement, yes or no. When I respect my money respects me. So that might be a few specific messages for some people out there. Now we're going to read your oracle card. The solstice marks both extremes of the year, yet also are points of balance. The winter solstice has the largest night and the shortest day, while the summer solstice has the reverse. Solstices remind us that the light and dark define each other, always in the dance of balance. As soon as we reach the farthest point, the dance comes to center and beyond again. We are forever seeking a balance between the wild and the domestic parts of ourselves. Keywords for this one is... the prefix for this one is know that balance isn't always about equal halves, but about momentum and... I'm so sorry, I keep getting interrupted by these cats. Where was I? Okay. Know that balance is always about equal halves, isn't always about equal halves, but about momentum and perception as well. Highs and lows have their power too. Sometimes being extra is exactly what is needed to get things on track. In ritual play with the concepts of less is more and more is more. Interesting. So again, this card is talking about balance. And I think that's really the main message that your spirit team has for you today is balancing this fiery, exuberant energy that you have with a little bit of grounding and meditation and just being still inside of yourself, knowing those truths without the need to share it with others. Sometimes as intuitive people or people who can see into people, it is extremely hard for us to not jump in because we truly want to help. But like I was saying, it's a really hard lesson to learn, and I'm sorry, because it really sucks when you're trying to like pour out love to people and you just feel like your love is being rejected. But learning to wait until people ask, because they'll ask when they're ready. It's a hard lesson to learn, and I'm sorry. I'm trying my best to phrase this as best as I can. But I feel for you, like pile 3, because this is like a struggle that I have dealt with in my life and had to really work through, taking off that pressure from myself, knowing that I am not the voice of truth for everybody, and that all I can do is my part, and the rest I have to leave up to spirit, and I don't have to stress or worry about it. Okay, let's get your charms. Okay, what do we have here? We have be a warrior, not a worrier. Yeah, worrying about the outcome. You don't have to worry about it. Okay, we have this cute little face wash charm, and this to me, I think of like a red hot face. So when something makes you upset and angry, it's like a cool down. It's a cool down charm. Take a minute to splash your face with some water to ground yourself. Also, like cleansing your energy, because sometimes, like maybe if you are a very sensitive person, you can feel very overwhelmed by the energies that you pick up from other people. So it's really important to find a way to release that energy for you, if that's dancing, if that's showering, whatever it is that helps you feel like you can release some of that gunk from you. That's what your spirit team is asking you to do to help ground yourself. Also, you have the angels. This one came out for the first pile too, which there's quite a few charms in here, so that's cool. But your angels are protecting you. They're watching over you. You also have the wing with the rose on it, which to me speaks of a passed on loved one who is watching over you, protecting you on the other side right now. You have this little guy. This is a little panda charm. And what I'm feeling I'm supposed to tell you with this is a really quick story. So I had my belly button pierced like 10, 11 times because it kept rejecting, and I just kept trying to redo it because I wanted it so badly. And this is a little charm that I took off from one of the rings. And it's a reminder to me of how stubborn I was because I just wanted it to work out a certain way when my body was telling me that it wasn't beneficial for me. So is there something that you are doing at the moment that's actually draining you, and you're doing it because you really want it, but your body is saying no, and the harder that you keep trying, you keep going, the more scars you're just going to be building, instead of surrendering and releasing that area? You have the elephant, which to me, I think of elephant never forgets, and it's by the no. So what things have you not forgotten? And is it trauma related? Is it ways of being that have been programmed into you? Is it trauma from your past? Is it pain? What haven't you forgotten that maybe needs a fresh perspective? With the seahorse here, I get incredibly unique energy. So you know how like seahorses, the males are the ones who actually give birth. So when I see this, sometimes I see this as like a sign for trans. So there could be some of you who are watching who are trans or identify as queer, but just a very unique energy. You ride to the beat of your own drum. And with the bike charm, I'm also seeing just that fast-paced, quick-moving energy. Like, I can tell, Pile 3, that you want to go places with your life, and you are going to go places with your life. This is just a small lesson that you are learning right now because it's bringing a lot of disharmony into your life, and it's not making you feel very good about yourself. And once you release this, once you release what other people do with their life and their healing, and you just allow yourself to focus on you, even though it can be really stressful times and it can be really painful to watch somebody go through something that you perceive as very painful, but maybe they need to go through that lesson just like you've had to go through the lessons that you have had to go through. But if you can release that, you're gonna feel so free and so much more empowered to just run, sprint towards your dreams, your goals. You are gonna feel so free and so incredibly empowered, and just not weighed down by this energy anymore. So those are the messages that I have for you, Pile 3. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I am so grateful to be tapping into your energy. Thank you as always. I would love to hear your thoughts in the description box down below, and until next time. Oh my gosh. Hello, Pile 4. Welcome to your reading. If you chose this beaver spirit, I have a really special message for you today and a story. So I had to wait to film your pile for about 3 days because honestly, I tried to start filming it and I was reading your beaver spirit in what is it called? Invocation or whatever. And something just wasn't quite clicking, and I was feeling blocked in my heart space, and like there was something to do with the heart space and something to do with working too much, but I just was not figuring out the pieces of the puzzle, and I felt like I needed to wait, and I did. And today, this morning, I realized why I needed to wait for your pile, and that's because I am learning with you guys, and a lot of times, maybe a message that I'm bringing to you is something that my spirit team has just helped me work through, like in this particular week. And this was something I hadn't even worked through yet, and something in my personal life that I have been struggling so hard to find. And through this experience of doing these piles and, you know, making these messages for you guys, it helped me discover this for myself. So this is just a moment where I am feeling so blessed and grateful, and I'm sorry I'm crying, and I'm not sorry I'm crying because I am just so abundantly blessed and grateful in this moment. So the messages that we're talking about are the heart space, right? and you're as busy as a beaver. You're doing all the things. You're an incredibly hard worker. You are trying to build your dam just like the beaver. But sometimes it feels like the winds of life are constantly knocking over your dam again and again and again, and you're always in this state of trying to rebuild and make it sturdier, but it's like the elements of life itself are just beating you down, and you're not feeling in tune with your heart space. And it's really tiring and wearing. And here's the message that they have brought forth today. It's about stillness. It's about finding clarity, that aha moment. I'm sorry. I'm gonna sing you guys a song, actually, that Spirit kind of just gave to me, and I started singing today, and I think after I sing it, I can maybe talk to you a little bit about what it's about, but you might understand best through this song. So in this magical moment, this time and space, where I am free to simply be, away from all the troubles I used to see, all the fears surrounding me. In this moment, this beautiful space and time and history, this magical place where I can simply be, this beautiful space, I'm finally finding me. In this magical moment, away from all the worries I used to wonder, this beautiful magical space where I can feel the wind in my hair, the sun on my back, the snow in my toes. This beautiful space in history where I am finally finding me. I'm free to simply be. Okay. So what that song, what it's really talking about is like, when's the last time you were truly present with yourself? When's the last time that you were, like, let's say you were in the shower and you could feel the air on the other part of your body that wasn't directly under the water? When's the time, like, that you could truly hear all the sounds around you, that you could feel the sensation on your skin? Sometimes we are so focused on doing and trying to create because we want to build a certain life for ourselves that we forget to move from the heart space. And that comes back to being able to take those magical moments for you where you allow your mind to drain. And it takes a lot of practice, but just letting yourself start. Because sometimes it can feel really discouraging when you're somebody who is constantly going. It is so incredibly challenging to have a moment of stillness inside of your brain. But that stillness, so something that they were telling me or realizing, or a realization I had, is I've been afraid of stillness. I've been afraid to empty my mind because that space for me before has been terrifying. It has meant anxiety, fear, or just grief and sadness or loneliness. And that is really scary. So it's pushed me away from meditation or being quiet or still with myself. But that stillness that you can find when you allow life, the worries of life, to simply not be in that one moment, is that moment in space where you are truly claiming your power. to simply just exist, to be. And in that moment, you will feel so free. Like all of it just washed away from me. I'm telling you, like, I truly feel that I needed to experience that, because that is something that Spirit is wanting to bring in for you guys, to bring this sense of life force back into your heart, back into your energy. Okay, so now we're gonna get into your tarot. I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful that honestly, this was a huge learning process for me too, because I was feeling really discouraged. Like, you know, why am I not being able to understand or pick up on these messages? And maybe I'm, you know, that doubt starts to creep in of like, well, maybe this isn't for me. And Spirit just reminded me how much of a learning process it is for everybody, and how important our roles are with each other, and how your energy impacts mine. The collective impacts other people in ways that you just can't imagine. So your energy is important and vital. And wow, that was weird. I just opened the book and it automatically opened to your beaver spirit. So, okay. Beaver represents healthy relationship, teamwork, and building a solid foundation so that you can go after your dreams. Beaver teaches you that now may be an ideal time to breathe life into a new project or into an old one that you've given up on, but now you should activate again. Beaver reminds you to be aware of the intentions and the energy foundations that inform how you teach, share, and build projects. Consider what the driving force is behind what you are bringing to the world. Ask yourself, is my ego fueling these steps? Working with Beaver Medicine, tune in to whether you are acting from a place of wholeness and integrity or dysfunction and insecurity. This exercise will ensure that your work is grounding in honor, which is especially important if you are in a position of power or leadership. And then this is a little invocation that you can say. Sacred Beaver, work with me to help ensure I'm building, creating, and leading with wholeness, truth, and integrity. If I slip into unconscious or harmful ways, lovingly bring me into conscious awareness and give me the ability to make a positive change. I receive these blessings from you now and move forward. Okay. Wow. This is so cool. We're gonna get your tarot. I just have to get this little kitty off my lap. Mommy's got pull some tarot cards. She does got pull some tarot. Oh, I know. You're so precious, though. He's making little biscuits with his paws, and it's so precious. You're so precious. Okay. Mommy's gotta do this now, okay? Alright, they're always trying to climb on the table. It's just their favorite. Guys. The bottom of the deck is the star, which basically is a giant symbolifier of hope. It's like that moment of, you know, like in the movies where the girl is out the window wishing on a star. It's that moment. It is that moment where you have been so desperately wanting to feel alive, wanting to have an answer, to find some sort of space where you can just be, because in those moments that's when you get the answers to the problems in your life that you can't find any other way. But it's like asking for that solution. How do I find the answer to these problems? How do I overcome these hurdles? And it's that hope energy within you has not died, even though it's been really, really, really trying. You have somehow managed to retain your hope. And that is beautiful, and you need to know how precious that is, because it's really hard to maintain hope when you feel like things have just been crashing and crashing and crashing. Okay. All right. Now we're gonna get, for the other piles, I pulled from the top, and for your guys' pile, I don't know, I feel like I am just supposed to pull these however they come. So, okay, so we have the Five of Wands came out, and we have the Six of Swords. And what I feel like this is about for you guys is you've been in competition with yourself, trying to be the best in certain areas of your life. I'm feeling that for some of you with all these people in this card, the Five of Wands a lot of times talks about like other people giving you that fire under your butt to want to level up or excel in something. But I'm feeling with all these other people, honestly, what I heard is you feel that way with yourself, that you are always trying, like, you have to be at the top. You have to be the best at whatever it is you're doing. And I think you might have come from a bigger family with all of these people. But I think what they're saying and what you're walking away from currently, because this, wow, this is so cool. In this image, she's like a little bit sad, and it looks like she's all alone on this boat, but the crows are actually the one pulling her boat for her. And she is slightly sad because she's walking away from some things, and I feel what you're walking away from is this mentality that you've had of having to be perfect, having to be at the top of what society says you need to be, whether that's the best mother, whatever ways that you feel you have to be the best at. It's walking away from that. And what's really cool is you're walking towards trying to be the best version of yourself. Oh my God. You guys, you have the Judgment card, and it's like this girl who is freeing herself. She is finally finding herself. She is choosing her. She is leveling up in the ways that count. She's saying, you know what? Society says that this is what makes me a good person. This is what makes me worthy. But I'm not choosing that anymore. Instead, I am choosing my stillness. I am choosing finding me because I cannot live with these expectations on me anymore. I'm going to be the best at loving myself. I'm going to be the best at working towards being the kind of person that I want to be, walking with integrity, being honest with myself, honest with others, honest with my feelings. I am walking away from what society has told me and molded me to be. I am finding what is going to set me free to be me. It's like casting the judgment call on your life. Like saying, enough is enough. I've walked this walk for too long. I can no longer continue to be the way that I have been before. I have to find a release. And that's how you're choosing to find your release. And that is like, whoo, wow. This is so cool. And if this is something that you're not particularly feeling at this moment, then this is what is coming for you. If the rest of this has resonated so far, but you just haven't gotten to this phase of it yet, then this is what your spirit team is helping you with. Because with the Six of Swords, it also talks about like divine help, and we have the crows here. And to me, whenever I see crows or birds, it is a sign that your guides, your spirit team is right there, like just supporting you even though you can't see it, in beautiful, magical ways. You have got this. You're gonna make it. Oh my goodness. Oh, I could just like scream now. I feel so happy. Okay, we're gonna get into some of your other cards here. Don't forget to be awesome. Another pink card. You had so many pink. Just that heart opening. Stay positive. Work hard, and make it happen. Yeah, but that work hard is not about the other things. It's about working hard towards being yourself, for prioritizing you, for prioritizing that space where you can hear yourself think, where you can be alive again. Like, another thing that I'm feeling like they want me to tell you is a little story. So I kind of had these moments where I'd been able to tap into this stillness before, and it was during summer, or not really summer, I guess it was end of fall. And it was really magical, but then the weather started to change and I didn't think I could enjoy being outside anymore, and so I lost that connection that I was just starting to build. And now again, I'm just finding it and realizing that you can still have it inside a home in the winter time. You just have to find other ways to create it. Like if that's water, grounding things for you, maybe it's making a spell if you like doing spell work, like get your herbs out. Maybe it's while you're reading a book or sitting in a quiet little space, or whatever that is, having some background noise on that's like really calming. Wherever you can find a space where you can let everything else drain and you can just listen to what's around without it being chaotic, if that makes sense. Okay. Reach for the stars. You can do it. And you have the star card. You are exceptional. Oh, that's just like a big hug from them. Oh my God. Guys, I promise you, I haven't read. The only thing that I read for your guys' pile was the Beaver Spirit, the invoice thing, and that's where I got stuck from the beginning and was like, screw it, I guess I just have to wait. And my presence is my power. Mic drop. Sorry. Oh my God. Oh my fucking God. I'm sorry. Peace is my pulse. Are you shitting me right now? Okay. And you have Earth with this, like, it looks like a heart. Oh my goodness. We're gonna read this and find out what it says. This is so cool. Oh my goodness, pile 4. What a great day to be alive. What a great day to be alive. Okay. Sorry, the cat is purring very loudly, so hopefully that doesn't distract you too much. While our bodies contain all of the elements, we most closely resonate with Earth. But we are more than just jars of clay. We are spirits in residence. In connecting with Earth, we recognize our potential for growth on multiple levels. We might start small like an acorn, but we too grow tall, mighty, and strong, capable of becoming a beacon of inspiration to others. We can lead our strengths so that others may have support. This card can also refer to somebody who is a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Having a heart of Earth can be represented mysteriously. Garden nature, something. Okay. Be it overgrown or tended to, supportive, resistant to change, and grounding. Sorry, the cat was knocking my book all around. Okay, and then the little bottom. When you walk, kiss the earth with your feet. This means to move about the world with care, consideration, kindness, and intent. When we stomp and crush around, we risk injuring not only ourselves, but others as well. Respect the spirits of place and those whose bones lie beneath your feet. Yeah, super cool. What I was feeling with this card is grounding, and connecting to the root of your heart that's what I'm seeing. It's like trying to go, but you got to get the oil in your car first, you know, and that's kind of like getting your roots, getting grounded. So taking those moments for you of stillness is truly when you're going to be able to just have that you time, and it's going to rejuvenate you, and it's going to feel amazing, and I'm so excited for you guys. Okay, let's get you let's see, I'm going to ask Spirit what they want me to give you for your last piece here. Alright, well, Hooky helped us pick here, and he said charms and these moon cards. So let's grab just a smidgen out of here to close out your reading. Can I get a woo? Yes, I can. Conclusions are within reach. Full moon eclipse. Hi, sweetheart. And we have, let's see, what else can I have? Woo! Flying out. A new romantic cycle begins. Ooh, so that might be some messages out there for some of you guys. Oh, you know what else I'm hearing? A new romantic cycle begins with you. Like, you're being able to fall in love with yourself again, or for the first time. Have faith in your dreams. And that is waxing moon in... Oh, that doesn't have a sign. We got Libra. So yeah, other than Libra, for signs, we mostly have all earth signs here represented in this pile. Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. Oh, I'm missing some. But pretty much the earth signs. And let's see if we have one more card. I don't talk too much about the signs because I don't want you guys to focus on that and then think, oh no, it wasn't my sign, it's not for me, because those are just little clarifiers for some people, that it just helps give them that confidence, but it is not necessary. Balance, spirituality, and practicality. Full moon in Pisces. Okay, now I am also in the process of creating a divination board right now. It will be up soon, and then you guys will be able to see that. That will be more specific than this is, but this is what I have for now. Just a couple mats. We are going to see if we can get some letters for you guys. Spirit, can I have some letters for people in this pile, please? Okay. M, N, L, Wednesday. So maybe you're watching this on a Wednesday. I think I'm filming. Oh, I am filming this on a Wednesday. Or could be the letters in there, like W-E-D-N. What else we got? Okay. I, J, K. Ooh, now she's going L. Okay. Can I get any more signs for people, please? Zodiac signs. Taurus. Okay, I think that's all we're gonna do for the pendulum, and now we're gonna get some charms. If you're wearing a mic, you might, or if you're listening with headphones, you might want to turn it down for just a second. Interesting. That came out for pile 3 as well. Make life big. And then you have this little heart charm over the Y. And we have this little flower over the S. And this, to me, this flower, that's funny. That's exactly what this flower represents, is those little moments. Those little magical moments. So that's just another confirmation, and it came out over the yes. But it was reversed, so to me that means like discovering of it. And then you have this little guy. I made this like little, it's supposed to be like a face wash, but it's like washing away the negative energies that people have put on you, and like putting on your spiritual mask, if that makes any sense. Not like masking who you are, but like putting on that protection, that cleansing, that only my energy is allowed to stay, and everything that is not serving me needs to vacate the premises. And then you have, you can dream it. If you can dream it, you can do it. Hell yeah, you can. You are loved and supported. Very loved and supported. I'm gonna see if we can get you maybe just a couple more. That wasn't very many. Ooh, that's quite a few. We have best friends. Okay, so that's like becoming best friends with yourself, like feeling like you're not alone anymore with inside yourself. And then you have another heart that's flipped over with the arrow through it. So some of these I have already equated a lot of meaning with, and some of them I'm still learning and also talking to you guys to see, you know, what you guys feel intuitively from them, because I think some of these are just for me to show you guys and for you to come up with your own meanings for them. But there's a little arrow through the heart, and that makes me think of like when people write like their name on a tree and they like write a heart through it with their crush's name, and it's just that like fun, magical, light love energy again. You have this one that says, be the best version of yourself. Yeah. You're ready to be the best version of yourself for you so that you can feel free. Not what anybody else wants you to be. And this strawberry, which I think of, for some reason I think of planting seeds. Like you can kind of see some little seeds in there, but like planting and waiting to just receive that beautifulness back that you have been working so hard on. And then you have a snowflake, and with this one I hear, you are as unique and as beautiful as a snowflake. No two are exactly alike, and that is exactly how it was meant to be. This little, I think it's a clam, or maybe it's a sand dollar, but to me it reminds me of like walking on the beach and just taking the time to pick up shells. Do things that you felt so free and unencumbered to do as a child. With this little owl, one of the things that I get is, I think I've talked about this in one of the other readings, but like when you see something that reminds you of your past and then you're taking down this kind of like, woo, tunnel, that you're seeing like flashbacks or things from your past and things are clicking and making sense. So I think you might be coming to the point where you're having some aha moments about some different things in your past that are all lining up and making sense, so you can have this big like aha moment. So if you have been having maybe bad dreams, nightmares, or just a lot of intrusive reoccurring thoughts, it's because your psyche is really trying to work out these things from your past. So your spirit team's trying to alchemize it for you. And then you have this little starfish, which we have the star and the star. So another like just a beacon of hope, you continuing to keep your hope no matter what. Wow. Okay. I'm gonna end it here, pile 4. Thank you so much for being with me today. This was beautiful. This was magical. I love you. Please write down in the description box or the comment box below your thoughts on this reading. I really want to hear how it impacted you, and spread the love in the comments to somebody else. Thank you guys. I hope you have a blessed day. I love you. Bye. Hello, pile 5. If you picked the starfish, then this is your reading today. And I am so excited to bring these messages to you. First off, Spirit would not stop bugging me about getting a drink of water before I tried to film your reading. And then I realized, like, okay, so I'm supposed to tell you guys, they want you to drink more water. A lot of times, our bodies just need a lot more water than we consume, and we forget how important it is, but it can, like, boost our energy levels, it cleanses, it can get rid of old emotions. And since you picked the starfish pile, I do feel that there might be a connection with water for you. Some of you might be water signs, or just water is a very cleansing, grounding thing for you, so taking showers a lot. Whatever you can do to connect to your true essence. Okay, so if you guys can see on this starfish card, it says, find internal validation, and that's a bit what we're going to talk about today. If I could pose a question to you, where do you get your confidence from? Is it from other people? Is it from external circumstances? Is it from what you do? Maybe you're a really hard worker, or you just place your worth dependent on other people's opinion of you, your work, your job, whatever it is, but it's external things rather than internal validation. I'm hearing something that Spirit wants you to know is there will never be enough. You can never get enough outward validation to ever make you feel whole. And I feel like this is something that you probably already know, but that doesn't mean just because you know that it's easy to step into that energy. But I just heard Spirit say that they want you to be whole again. They want you to feel like you did when you were a child, like you did when you felt free. Okay, I'm actually hearing for some of you, this is something you've never experienced. Like you didn't have that in childhood, so you're trying to experience something that you have no baseline for. So today, that is exactly what we are going to ask Spirit. What does Pile 5 need to help them find this internal validation, to show them how beautiful, how wonderful, how precious, how smart, how kind, how generous they are, and why they are worthy of so much love? Okay, so we are going to read your invocation here. Let me just find the starfish. Nope, not a shark. Let's see, seagull, nope. Well, we're in the S's, so. Snail, snake, spider. Starfish. Okay. Starfish enters when you need to stay strong in your authenticity and truth, despite what other people may say or think. This is especially important if you have people-pleasing tendencies. Sometimes our fear of other people's judgments, expectations, and disappointments can be paralyzing. But if you remember the starfish's ability to regenerate a limb if bitten off, you can always remember your ability to regenerate your authenticity and truth when somebody attempts to cut off your power or light. When you feel yourself when you find yourself contorting to align with someone else's sense of you, call on Starfish's medicine to help you stay strong in internal validation. Starfish reminds you to trust in your unique, sacred path, knowing that at the end of the day, being right within yourself and in alignment with Great Spirit Source is far more valuable than someone else's acceptance. Starfish also reminds you to show others the same respect and non-judgment in return. This is a little invocation that you can say to activate this starfish medicine. Sacred starfish friend, help me keep strong Sacred starfish friend, help keep me strong when fear of judgment or criticism arises. Support my ability to feel peace and joy as I walk my own unique path, and so it is. Wow, okay, there was one line in here that I want to find. Okay, so when you feel yourself contorting to align with someone else's sense of you, call on Starfish Medicine to help you stay strong in your internal validation. Wow. Contorting to align with someone else's sense of you. Who are you trying to be, and who are you trying to be it for? I think we're talking a lot about expectations that people have set on you, societal standards, but just there's so much pressure to feel like you have to be a certain way when like you're this freaking little unique starfish who does its own thing, has the power and the ability to regenerate life source. I'm hearing Spirit wants to help you be able to regenerate yourself when you're feeling so drained. And one of the reasons you're feeling so drained is because you're holding yourself to other people's expectations and standards, or maybe your own personal standards have been set by other people. So there's a real call here to look at the beliefs that you hold, the values that you hold, where you're finding your worth, and whose standard that was set by. Because if it wasn't set by you, you get to redefine it. You're not born to fit a mold. You were born to be authentic. You were born to be yourself, and nobody freaking else. So don't let anybody tell you who or what you should be, because you are perfect just the way you are. Okay, Spirit. Oop, I'm feeling this one. Okay. For pile 5 here for the starfish energy, can I get some tarot cards? Woo, yes I can. Aw, we have the Fool. I love that one. Woo. I wait to talk about them for the most part until I can get a little bit clearer of a story. Woo, what else we got? 3 of Cups reversed. 10 of Wands, all right. Ah. 5 of Wands, interesting. So another one of these piles might be resonating with you guys. If you felt drawn to more than one pile, then there might be more messages in there for you today. Because this is somewhat similar to one of the other piles. Okay. Where does this one belong, Spirit? Okay, can I get a clarifier for the 10 of Wands? Can I get a clarifier for the 3 of Cups? The 3. Okay. And one more for the Fool, Spirit. Ace of Coins reversed. Aw, and you have the Chariot for your bottom deck energy. Okay, so with the Fool card here, this is talking about like wanting to start a new path, a new adventure, go a different direction, take a major leap of faith on something. And I'm feeling for you guys, it might be a leap on yourself, like taking that step towards finding your happiness, your uniqueness, your internal validation. But with the Ace of Coins in reverse, I'm feeling like you guys are struggling with knowing where to start. You're trying to build this new foundation, but like I said before, maybe if you haven't experienced this in childhood or this was something foreign to you, it's like you're missing the key fundamental building blocks to starting on this venture. Okay, but what Spirit is saying, we need to shift some of your beliefs. And one of those is to do with, pertaining with how you see yourself in regards to other people. I'm hearing that you are an amazing friend. Really amazing friend. And an amazing partner. But you don't see yourself as this. You have the King of Cups clarifying this 3 of Cups in reverse energy is kind of like feeling left out in the dust or abandoned, or like the third wheel, being with a group of people but never feeling like you truly belong. Not seeing yourself as a valued member of whatever group you're a part of. But what Spirit is saying is you don't understand how important your role is. They want to start showing you how much you truly mean to other people. Because if this King of Cups is like, he's riding on these dolphins here, like these are, I feel like people look up to you. You're more of a leader than you think you are. You have a lot of emotional intelligence and patience. You have a lot of patience and compassion in your heart. But you're just not seeing yourself as how worthy you are. So they want to tell you today that you are worthy of love and that your role in people's life is incredibly crucial and important. And I'm sorry if those people aren't telling you that, because you deserve to hear that. Okay, pile 5, I'm hearing that you are trapped in your mind. I think your inner critic is really harsh, and it has been really harsh because of the experiences that you have endured that have programmed your brain to tell you negative things to try to keep you safe. But what you need to start doing to your brain when you start hearing those thoughts that say, nobody is here to help me, I can't do this on my own, I'm never gonna make it, I'm never gonna be enough, I will always fuck it up eventually. When you start to hear all of those self-doubting, limiting beliefs, I want you to ask, is this mine? Because if it's not, I demand you to leave. This card, this Ten of Wands in reverse, is literally talking about what we were just saying in the beginning, letting go of someone else's expectations of you, a need to stand up for yourself, a need to stand in your authentic truth. Who have you molded yourself to be because of the experiences, or who have other people molded you to be? It's time to find who you are when you take off the molds, when you let yourself be reformed. But sometimes in that process, it can be painful because we have to let a lot of old beliefs die, and we have to be willing to actually like bury them. Oh my God, there's a song I'm thinking of right now, and I cannot remember the name, but I will put it in a little word box in here. But it's this one guy, and he's like rapping to himself, but he's talking about his old past self that he's burying. And whew, it's such a powerful rap song. But so maybe also rap is important to you guys, or you like rap music, but that song is really meaningful and you should check it out. Okay, so with the Seven of Coins clarifying the Ten of Wands, okay, so something Spirit is telling me right now with the Seven of Coins is something that you can do to help shift this mentality is when this voice starts talking to you, I want you to start spewing the opposite at it. Whatever it's telling you, say the opposite. So if it says, I'm not good enough, I am worthy, say it out loud. I'm serious. Like, this might sound stupid, but when beliefs are this deeply ingrained in us, we need to start combating that with our own voice, our own truth, until those voices become quieter and quieter and quieter. And if you're struggling with saying things like, I am worthy, because you're not fully believing it, then you can change those affirmations to say things like, I am discovering I am worthy. I am finding my true power. I will succeed. I know I will learn how. Like, you can change the wording and the phrases, but really start to tell that voice where it can put it. And sometimes something that might be helpful for you is give it a name. Like, when you find out, like my fiance calls my inner critic by my father's name, because like, honestly, a lot of the voices, a lot of those thoughts come from the things that he told me in childhood. And so giving it that name of like, shut up, so-and-so, can really empower you to feel like you are in control. You are stepping into your authority and your divine being, your essence of who you are. And the rewards are coming. The fruit of your labor is coming. Okay, now we have the Five of Wands with the Four of Coins in reverse. Or not in reverse, sorry, in the upright. I feel like you're fighting and you're warring against other people's expectations of you. People telling you where you're supposed to be, how you're supposed to do it, when you're supposed to do it, who you're supposed to be as a mom. As I ran out of storage space, so I had to delete a few things. Okay, so with the Four of Coins, I feel like you've become protective over your true authentic self. Like, maybe even it's been something that you're so afraid to let even yourself see, because that inner critic is so tough sometimes that it's really left you feeling disconnected with who you truly are, and like you're hiding your gifts and your beauty that you could show to the world. Like, you have so much inside of you to offer this world around you, and you do offer so much to the people and the world in general around you. Just needed to know today that there is a purpose why you are here, and that there is nobody's expectation of yourself that you need to follow other than your own. That is the only thing that matters. Okay, we have just keep trying, it's all you can do. Okay, so I feel like with that card, that's kind of the energy that you felt like you've been in, like just toiling, continuing to work, grind after grind, but not feeling that life force inside of you being resparked, renewed, and that's really draining. So confidence, being able to feel good in your own skin, feel good in your own body, is going to really take this pressure off. You are so brave for trying. Way to go. Honestly, that's important. You need to know that for you to be here in the first place listening to this reading because you're trying to find guidance, you're trying to find hope, you are searching for the answers. Do you know how many people just want to stay where they are? They don't want to grow, they don't want to learn, they don't want to experience more. And you're here because you want to experience more. You want to live a fuller, happy life. And that's huge. That's the first, that is the first step, and I'm so proud of you for being willing to do the hard shit. Yes, you can. I love how it's like the light bulb moment too, like, oh, I can do this. Yes, I can. That's how you're gonna start feeling. I appreciate your thoughtfulness. I'm feeling that is from the loved ones in your life who, again, maybe don't tell you this enough, but I feel like you are really appreciated, especially by your friends and your loved ones. And if you have little children, they love you and appreciate you very, very much. They just don't have the ability to fully express it to you. Today is your day. You get to create the kind of day that you want to have every day. You're awesome. Hell yeah, you are. I believe in you. That's your spirit team being like, we know you got this. We've seen how far you've come. We know you're a badass. And then we have, I am change. My pattern, I am changing my patterns when I change my mind about them. I change my patterns when I change my mind about them. Guys, again, this has happened for every pile, but I pre-shuffled these cards and this is the order they came out in for you. When I change my patterns, wait, what? I am change, what does this say? I cannot read that little cursive word. But anyways, it's just about like, your patterns change when you change your mind about them. So like that inner critic changes when you start to shift how you see that inner critic. When you start to realize that it is not powerful anymore. It does not have the power to control you, that you are actually the one in control. In the midst of a meltdown, I breathe through the discomfort and come out the other side. Sometimes there are moments in life that are truly, truly challenging, but in those moments, there is beauty, because that is duplicity, that is life, and sometimes we can't always see how important those moments were, but when you get to the other side of it, you can. So while you're in it, while you're in that moment where you're struggling with that inner critic, that inner saboteur, maybe you're getting panic attacks, anxiety attacks, remember to connect with your breath and try to just be. Ask Spirit for assistance in that moment to help fill you with love, fill your heart with compassion for yourself, because they will show up for you. And for your oracle card, you guys have dream. I was feeling this before with your guys' pile too, but I think you guys are working through a lot of trauma in your dream state, so you might have nightmares or just be experiencing kind of weird dreams, and I think it's because your subconscious is trying to work through your trauma, trying to alchemize things for you. Also, with this cat curled up on top of it, like cats are very psychic, and with the moon and stuff, this card to me, whenever I see this, I think psychic. So you might get some dreams that are kind of like prophetic, and you end up, they end up happening in your waking life, and you're like, what the heck is this? And that's just a gift. So that could be extra confirmation for you guys. All right, let's read your card. Tied into the dream cards are the concepts of sleep for the body, rest for the heart, mind, and spirit. We are truly rested when we can properly experience the REM sleep cycle, which is essential for our well-being. Our deep connection to the serpent happens when we dream, when we can speak as well as listen to its needs and wisdom. Dreaming is a gateway to communicating with ourselves and others in other realms. Trance work can help us achieve brainwave states similar to what we have experienced when we dream. So it So it isn't necessarily to be asleep in order to travel or communicate on other planes. Although not all dreams contain a meaningful message, they do help our brain sort through our experiences and emotions. Craft a small dream pillow and fill it with herbs such as lavender, mugwort, clear sage, hops, and oh boy, what's that word? Agrimony, maybe? I'm not sure. I am dyslexic, so you guys will probably notice that a little bit when I read cards. Okay. Then draw a star and a snake on the fabric to finish it. Record any themes, spirits, symbols, or ideas that come to you when you awaken. Yeah, I'm feeling for you guys, you might want to keep a dream journal beside your bed because you might actually find out that there was a lot more meaningful messages hidden in there that you didn't realize. Okay, guys, I'm gonna get you a few more cards of something. Let's see. Where, oops, come back here. Need all of you, friends. We're gonna get you some of these little handwritten message cards. What does, okay, thank you. Place your focus on what you want more of and it will come to you. Wow, so that's something that I've realized from my own life is where you put your focus is what you experience more of. So for instance, if you want to experience more joy, more laughter, look for the reasons to laugh. Real quick, I'm going to tell you guys a story. So I ended up actually impulsively moving our entire bedroom down the stairs. We had this tiny little hallway and it was so challenging to move. I'm so sorry, my camera keeps running out of space. But basically, so I had to move all this stuff, right? And it was really, really challenging. And I get the bedroom all set up and I'm so proud of myself. And then we bring all the dogs down to sleep and they lose their freaking minds. Nobody could handle sleeping downstairs. And it's like 4 a.m. And me and my fiance just start like fucking rolling with laughter because we realized that I had to bring everything back up the next day because my fiance works during the day. And so, yeah, it was just, it was one of those moments. But I had an opportunity to remember to laugh. And at first, I was kind of crying in the bed, like feeling sorry for myself, like, oh my God, I just want to quit. Why does nothing ever pan out or work out? Like, I tried so hard, and now I have to do this all again. But like switching that perspective to how funny that moment actually was. And I laughed harder than I have laughed in so long because I was looking for a reason to laugh. I was looking for a way to shift my perspective. And you know what I learned? That I am incredibly resilient. I am powerful. I had the ability to do all of that virtually on my own. And that pride, that sense of accomplishment, that's what I was able to take away from it instead of discouragement. So it all depends on how you can switch your perspective. But what are you looking for? You can do hard things even when you feel you can't. Honestly, exactly. Part of that story, like I kept reminding myself, like I can do hard things, but not only can I do hard things, my magic is to be able to do hard things with a smile on my face. So something my fiance had told me that actually kind of triggered me was like, go have fun, because like it looks like you're having so much fun, like doing all this work. And I was kind of like, I'm not having fun. This is horrible. And then I was like, no, wait, actually I had a great time. Like I was sliding down the mattress on the stairs as I was trying to bring it up and like making fun out of it because I was like, you know what, I have to do this either way. I can either do it with a smile on my face or I can do it grumpily, but either way it has to be done. How do I want to feel about it? But sometimes that can be triggering when other people think like, oh my God, it's just so easy for you. No, it's not easy. It takes practice and determination. But here's the thing. If other people tell you that and you do feel triggered by it, here's what you remind yourself. I can make hard things look easy. I can make them look like fun. that is huge. That is magic. That is taking your control and your power back in certain circumstances. So if you do that, if you're working towards that, your spirit team wants you to know how freaking proud they are of you. We have, take time to be still. You will find peace in the chaos. Yes, Pyle, the beaver spirit Pyle, talked a lot about finding peace in the chaos and those moments. So there might be some messages for you there. Let go of what you can't carry so you can fly, which is other people's expectations and opinions of you. Don't need it. The only person who matters is you and what you think of yourself. So working on thinking highly of yourself is the most important thing you can do. What makes you smile? Find more of that and cherish it. Yeah, what makes you happy? Put your focus on that, because you deserve to focus on that. You deserve to feel that way. Okay, pile 5. I'm going to leave it there for you guys. I enjoyed reading for you guys so much. Thank you so much for being here. You guys mean the world to me. Truly, you have no idea how much your energy impacts me and how much I learn through this process. So thank you. I would love to hear how this resonated with you guys. So let me know in the comment box down below. And thank you so much. I can't wait to see you in the next pick a card. Bye, guys.